Alright, let's try and figure out how we're going to do this. Alright, so this probably green, leather, metal, metal, black stripes. Alright. Come on. Why do you do that to me? There we go. Do 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 do. Oh, hey! Thank you for the follow. Ah, I recognize you. Well, thank you for the follow. Couldn't sleep, so we're doing some painting stuff because why not? These are all units from a game based on Game of Thrones. They're all from House Mormont, which is, you know, the house that had a bear from Bear Island. In the show, everyone remembers the 12-year-old girl with a bunch of sass who's like, I only bow to one king, and that's the king in the north, whose name is Stark. Yeah, this is her house. Books have a few more characters than just her. This is one here, which is actually supposed to be her older sister named Mage. So, you know. Just paint her hood up here. And then she's supposed to have blonde hair, so we will be trying to paint that very carefully. Although I actually have no idea how to paint blonde hair now that I think about it. Oh well, Part of this is the adventure, right? Alright, so that's going to need another layer, probably. Another layer of green. Pretty sure. Thank you. I hope it goes well too, and hopefully you get some sleep. And I just realized, there we go. Closed captions. All right, have a good night. All right, let's go ahead and try and paint her sleeves. I do those black. There we go. So it looks like there's metal here on the shoulder. There's the bear skin, the gambeson. There's going to be a lot of brown. Let's see, I think that'll be good for the fur. This could be the inside leather. This is everything, all the other leather. Yeah, that should work. That should do. Just gotta wait for that to dry. So, let's see. Let's see. This will probably be black with steel rings. That's going to be the darkened metal I've been working on. Let's see. This is going to be the fur. So let's go ahead and get that in. Oop. I have to go back over that hood a bit. Okay. Random mosquito. Oh, did the music stop? Hey, Tiffany. How are you doing? Oh, the music did stop. Oh, there it goes. Alright, there's the music. Oh, wow. The subtitles went places. Alright. Alright. Tonight we are painting up some of the ladies from House Mormont from Game of Thrones. Uh, they're currently the only faction in. No, I take that back. They're one of two factions in the game that have openly all women units. The other one is. Yes, yes, I did get my affiliate. It's really awesome and everything. Yeah. I don't know where it's getting some of the words. That's probably a me problem because I talk so quietly. But yeah, so there's the House Mormonts, which are part of the House Stark army. And then the Free Folk also have Spearwives, which are supposed to be like, mostly the women wildlings you see in the show. Lucky 51 was, let me count here. 2, 3, 4, 5. Angerous Angel. Angerous Angel? Angerous Angel? Uh, Another Warhammer pinner streamer. I followed them, they followed me back, and it's like, haha, it works. That's just how it be sometimes. We're getting some more brown. Oop. I think I went a little thick there. I was assuming because the house colors are green with a black bear, my brain was like, oh, hey, you're just going to be painting a lot of green. And now I'm realizing between the bear fur and all the leather, it's actually more a lot of brown. Oops. It's going to be so much brown on this. music stop again? Or is it just not going to OBS? I don't think it's going to OBS. I didn't realize that. Yes. Huh. That is weird. Sorry, I'm investigating why OBS isn't oh, okay. The desktop is just it's just that quiet on OBS. All right. Boy, my audio is going weird. All right. I guess that's what happens when I randomly stream at 3 o'clock in the morning. Oh, crap. Whoops. Oh, well. That's just the base. It doesn't matter. Alright, so there's this. And for some reason, bear fur always has some lighter edging, so we can highlight to white, I think, and that should be a nice effect on that. the funny part is, lately I've been watching a lot of streamers in Australia. So it's always like, oh, it's 3 o'clock in the morning here, but 5 in the afternoon there, or 7 o'clock at night. Time zones, they're magic. Oh, I think that's part of that metal shoulder pads she's got there. Oh, I did not grab a lot of paint that time. And I need to go back over this front piece with another layer of green. Alright. And I love the detail that goes on these models, but I don't like how they're already pre-assembled and such, because you get weirdness like this little hole between the cape and her arm. Like, it's great that it's there. It's a fantastic detail. I can't exactly fit a paintbrush into that very well, though. I think I'm going to wash this bear fur before I try and highlight it, but let's go ahead and get everything else nice and set up for color. She's got hair popping out from her hood. Never tried painting hair before, so we'll see how that goes. Who knows? It might be. Google has so much predictive algorithm nowadays, who knows? Of course, I think what hurts it is that the subtitles are going through OBS, so they're getting generated as I'm saying them. But then there's the lag on stream between when they show up and I speak. So by the time the two catch up, it ends up doing more time space magic. And there we go. All right, so let's see. The gambeson and gloves, I was thinking of doing Night Quester, I believe. Let's see, do I have... And I think I was going to shade this little piece that's between the glove and the sleeve. I don't know if that's supposed to be metal or fur or something. But we're going to go with it being some sort of cloth. Or no, wait. Actually, yeah. So this would... I think I messed up what colors I was going to wear, but I think it works out. Wait. No, that's what I can do with the gambeson. I can do moot green. Sorry, I thought I had all the colors planned out, but then it was like I actually got started doing the model and I started realizing, oh wait, stuff might not be working out the way I thought it would. Alright, let's go ahead and get that layer of green. There we go. And if I'm lucky... No, actually... Yeah, so we're still going to do moot green, but I want this to be in the lines. And then I can paint the... Oh, there's a mold line. Moot green over it like a dry brush. That should work. That should do it. This way I don't have to wash. I can cheat. Haha. Then we'll come back and paint all these outline bits black. Yeah. Oh, and the arms. Well, the right arm. Get a little bit more. And let's see, gotta be careful of that shoulder. Yeah, so that filled in the lines there pretty nicely, so that should do that. So when we come back for the highlights, I just gotta remember moot green. Alright, so now for... Do I want to do the gloves next? Yeah, I want to do the gloves next. And we're going to use... Not Quester Flesh for the gloves. and other straps. And I got Mornfang Brown for the wood. There we go. All right. What did I just say that I was painting this? She has established artwork and established. Well, she wasn't in the show, but she had family members, so she's going to look a bit more like her artwork. But I have plenty of skin tones here for all the other members of the unit, so I can have some diversity. Hi, Terry. Do you want to say hi to your loyal fan base, or are you just pawing the chair? Sorry, my cat decided to show up. Hey, no, no, no. No scratching the chair. You have your own chair you can play with. Yeah. Alright, where did I put it? Put it here. Let's get some more water on the brush. Need to see the cat? Alright. Where'd you go, buddy? Nope, nope, come here. Come here. Come here. Alright. Okay. Oh. There we go. Alright. I apologize for the camera about to move. There might be some vertigo. Let's see. Ta-da! This is Terry. The only reason I'm here. Alright. There we go. Yeah, Terry. There you go. There you go. You want some scritches? Yeah, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. Normally I'm not active. I am awake, but I'm never active at this time. So he feels like I'm invading his activity bubble. Normally this is when I'm in bed reading my books and he is stealing my computer chair so he can sleep in it. Although now you have your own chair that you've been making your own for 2 years. So, you know, you don't have to steal mine anymore. You just do. All right. Let's see. There we go. What was I doing? Oh, right. Leather. Leather. I wanted a bit of water on the brush. Then I wanted to get some brown. Yeah, it really is. At this point, he's got 7 chairs, a couch, and a bed all to him. I'm allowed to sit in one of the chairs, and that's as long as he doesn't want to sit in it. So. Okay, I need you to. There we go. need you to go where I need you to go. This is actually a lighter brown, or not lighter, thinner brown than I was expecting it to be. Ooh, I don't know. Ooh. I was not thinking about the angles. All right, there we go. Whew. Normally my hands shake too much for that kind of control. All right. Well, did you get your paw stuck? There you go. All right. And now we paint the other glove. I'm really going to work on the assumption that that little piece popping out underneath the glove is another cloth layer. Although, not gonna lie, I don't know what color I should paint it. Assumption is leave it white and then just use Nuln oil to darken it so it. Or Reikland Flesh Shade. Yeah, let's wash it with Reikland Flesh Shade. That way it goes between the sleeve and the glove. I need to remember that. Reikland Flesh Shade. Let's get a little bit more. Alright, that should be the hand. Here we go, that's the glove. Ooh. Yeah. Like how this is working out. Alright, let's see. I think I'm going to paint that. I don't know what color I'm going to paint this shirt. Moot green. That's right, I was going to paint it moot green. Alright, so now I need to get the belt, which is here. And oh, and now paint. Get some water to fan it down. Do do do. Oh. buckle is going to be metal. And there's belts here. And the strap here. That comes back around from the front. And you start here and go over. Oops, sorry. Don't know if you heard that, but around this time the pipes like to knock. Or loud. I'm just getting that brown all over there, which isn't the best part. Alright, that's good. I can never tell what does and doesn't make it to the microphone because, like, well, you know, sound. Alright. I can just get this. There we go. I think that works. Yeah, it looks like it works. Alright, so let's see. Scabbard. I think scabbard, I wanted black with silver ring or steel rings and a steel handle. This can be Mornfang brown. Oh, and the mace hilt, I wanted to paint Mornfang brown too. Alright. I think we're doing good. Alright, so let's see. Mornfang brown was this. This was Mornfang brown, right? Yes. Oops. Accidentally wiped my thumb across that. That's right, I said I wanted to wash that little white part in Reikland Flesh Shade, which is actually going to be going over a lot of this. And I need more paint. Oop, that's a little bit too much. Okay, hands, work with me. Oh no, I missed part of her sleeve down here now that I see it. Oh well, I can get that. Alright, now we gotta get, because they did this neat effect of where she's resting it on top of her bear cloak. And they did the realistic thing of the bear cloak being so big that it wraps around it. Which is neat to look at, horrifying to paint. I'm going to be trusting Reikland Flesh Shade to cover in a lot of that. Alright, let's get a little bit more, and then we can paint this sword hilt. I have to paint that little shiny piece right there. Oh boy. And then I still gotta paint the... let's go ahead and very carefully clean our brush. And we're going to get a little bit... Yeah, and since I'm a new person to painting at all, challenges are kind of very... challenges are very intimidating at the moment. But yeah, I'm actually enjoying them because they're really stepping me up. I started with, you know, ooh. As I was saying, I started with Battletech minis, which, you know, are robots. Plenty new is new. Pretty much within the last year. Like, I painted some miniatures in November, about 5 different Battletech minis, like I was saying. Those I just painted up, you know, blue, did some light highlighting, and then painted the cockpits yellow. And, well, you know, plenty of huge flat surfaces, so, you know, not exactly the most challenging thing to paint, but, you know. But then I didn't paint again until, well, until really a month ago. Most of what I've been doing on... Most of what I've done since then has been on stream, and that's been a total of 4 Battletech miniatures. Sorry, they're in another part of the apartment right now. That's why I'm not showing them off. And those I painted different colors. One of them is actually supposed to be just a random brown and steel scheme. So those 3 miniatures have like varying patterns of brown and steel. Like one is almost all steel and another is almost all brown. And then the last Battletech miniature I painted on stream is well, trans colors. So, you know, bright pink, bright blue, and then a white stripe. Since then, I've painted a total of 3 other models, which are, you know, the models you came in last time and saw, and now this one. So that's a total of 4, 8, excuse me, 13 models. Basically, you know, realistically being only a month's a month's time realistically. Actually, I want to get that one because I'm very proud of the trans model. So, just give me a second. Yeah, sorry, Fury. Yeah. So, that's this one. I'm actually really proud of this one, how it turned out. I don't remember what colors I used. I know I used Apothecary White, Voluptus Pink, and Talisar Blue as the washes. The white, I think, was just the white that I primed the model as. I think this is Emperor's Children Pink, and I still have the blue somewhere. I just don't remember what it was. I've been wanting to paint for a very long time, but I haven't. So I've been collecting paints for years, and I'm only just now using them. But oh, hey, Hobby, welcome to the stream. Yeah, so, I'm just showing off my nice little trans king crab Battletech mini I painted. I did that almost a month ago, and now we're painting Maeve Mormont, who is a character from Game of Thrones. She didn't make it to the show, but she's pretty big in the books because after, Gior goes to the Night's Watch and Jorah gets banished to Essos, it leaves all the women of the house in charge of House Mormont. So, there's actually supposed to be more than just Lyanna Mormont. But, Lyanna Mormont is still a fantastic character. There's Maeve Mormont, who is her older sister, I think. And then there's also Alysanne Mormont, which is another sister. They don't have a miniature for Alysanne yet, but I plan on getting it if they ever do. Oh, no. Maeve Mormont is the mother. Okay. So I'm really. Alright. Yeah. Younger sister of Gior Mormont and aunt to Jorah. And her daughters are Daisy, Alysanne, Lyra, Jarella, and Lyanna. Oh, wow. That's a lot of kids. All right. So that actually changes some colors up some more because now I get to. I'm going to have to grab gray for the hair. No, I can paint yellow and then use flayed one flesh to add the white. And then just use Nuln oil, I think. Or no, yeah, Nuln oil, maybe? Some very light Nuln oil. I might have to get gray, but well. Ideas. Ideas are formulating. What was I going to paint next, though? Oh, right, sword hilt. I was going to paint the sword hilt Mornfang brown. I did not just reach for that model and miss completely. But I definitely did. That should come out a darker. Oh boy. Just barely see you. There we go. Woo. Woo. Managed to get that. Alright, I think I'm going to dry brush that with Moot Green as well to try and get those highlights better because that's still coming out pretty white. The lining should be good here for when I go over that with Moot Green. So I think it's time to paint those little lines black. Go ahead and work on the scabbard. Excuse me. Alright, so let's see. Let's hope I can see this. one of these days I'm going to have to go to an eye doctor and get proper glasses so I can actually wear them and see small detail again. Oh, come on. Black paint, you're going on too thin. There we go. Ooh. Well, we're going back over that part, so it's okay. There we go. So thin, it's almost going on like a contrast, but okay. Actually, kind of like that. It kind of looks like a natural highlight. Oh, need to get more though. Oh, there went my neck. Let's go ahead and there we go. Do, 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 do. Oh. Sorry, just doing a little stretching off camera. Oh, wow. I've been going an hour already. Woo-wee. Oh, I am painting a character model, so I guess if I speed paint it, it'd probably be a bad thing. I can't quite get the angle I need here because the base is in the way. So we're going to do something that every video I've ever seen say not to do, which is we're just going to stab the brush in there, get on a nice little thick layer, and drag. can't actually... Alright, I think I got where I'm going. And now I can paint over the mistakes. Alright, so let's see. Next up is the leather, or the inside of the bear cloak. Let me rephrase that. I use Cadian Flesh Tone. The inside of leather is usually like a brighter brown, right? I actually do not know. No, that's what I can do for the hair. I got silicone gray, I think it's called. Ooh, this is going on very thin. And I just realized I forgot to paint the scabbard. Oops. Well, we can go back and fix that. That's going on super thin. Now, everything I've seen in videos is, oh, all the brown and skin tone paints go on like super thick and you usually have to work at thinning them down. Now that I'm finally using them, they're betraying me. Come on. Although, yeah, I think that's going to work perfectly for what I was aiming for. Need to go back and get the edges of the gambeson with black when I do that scabbard. Nope, just self. Get some more brown. More Cadian flesh tone. And this was a random stream, so I think I'm just going to paint mage instead of whole unit, but that was a little bit too thick, but alright. Go, and I need to go back. Get the That's going to be moot green. That's going to be moot green. We got the steel for the shoulder pads. Alright. So let's see. You get the edges of the sleeves, or the edges of the gambeson in black, and paint the scabbard. Let's see. There we go. I'm really counting on the washes to cover up a lot of these white spots I'm leaving behind. Counting on washes to do a lot of the work has worked for me in the past, so hopefully it pays off this time too. There we go. All right. Now let's see. Was there anything else that I needed to paint black? Moot green, steel. Make it gray for the hair. Steel. Steel. Lots of steel. All right. Now what everyone's been waiting for. Rocking out with metal. What was that? There we go. All right. Oh, too much steel. Ah, no. Oops. Oh well. We can go back over it and touch that up with black. I think that's just shiny from silver, but I can't tell if it's shiny or white. All right. Go ahead and quickly go back over with some black. Or no. Let's finish painting. Let's finish painting it. Let's actually finish painting a color before we move on. Let's go ahead and get rid of some excess there. I'm getting this metal everywhere. Let's see, there's a little piece there under the hair. All right, there we go. And then there's okay, hands. I don't need you shaking. There we go. Oops, sorry. I didn't realize where I was, so I apologize if anything I just painted was not on camera. I apologize about that. Camera is inverted because I am, well, it's actually not inverted, but we're gonna have to put it, you know, everything looks upside down. I tried inverting it, but I couldn't get past the fact that it made everything backwards. No, it just straight up flipped it. It didn't really let me rotate. So I apologize for that. There we go. So we need to go back over with the black to touch up the scabbard, or no, maybe not. Go back over the inside with another layer of Cadian flesh tone, then get some moot green in there. This is going to be flayed one flesh on the face. And I think I need to get some gray for the hair, which I'm going to have to go out and grab. Alright, so next up is the moot green, which is going to be, oh, the feet, the boots. I forgot to paint the boots. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh, and I forgot to say this. I'm using Iron Hand Steel for my metal. Good news is I can afford to get excess paint on the base because eventually I'll just go over it when I do the basing. go. Get a little bit more and finish off the boot, and it's good to go. Really need to get a couple of bucks one day and go out and get a darker metal. But in the meantime, that works out. Alright. Now for the moot green, the final touch for... Well, no, it's not. That's a lie. It's the last touch for the outfit. There's still a little bit more for the mini. Yeah. That looks like it. Yeah, I think that is going to work out for what I was hoping it would. Oops. And we just dry brush it. Go back over and make sure to oh yeah, that is beautiful. That is working out exactly how I was hoping it would. Just the moot green going over while the Karandros, Phoenix Lord of the Striking Scorpions green, contrast paint, fills in those lines. Alright, so just let that dry, and then we can go back over to redo the lines. I forgot the belt buckle. Come on. There's so many details, I keep forgetting them. Belt buckle. I was going to do belt buckle. Alright. And we're going to start doing washes with Reikland Flesh Shade. Very carefully. Get this belt buckle. There we go. And there's a little bit of boot green I forgot. All right, there we go. All right, and then because I didn't realize you could actually access the part that's behind the bear cloak that's going over her front. Very carefully. Almost not seeing what I'm doing, so hopefully it doesn't look like I messed it up. All right, there we go. Yeah, I'll go over with some light Corundus green to help shore up the moot green and reinforce the lines. All right. Okay. All right. So let's see. let's go ahead and start washing. Let's see. We got Agrex, Earthshade for did I? Okay. Somehow I missed this. Go. Did that? I don't think. Alright. So it doesn't look like the Agrex is going to do what I want it to do, so let's go ahead and there we go. I have a pot of Gulamin flesh actually that I can use to. Oh, that's an idea. I know people have been giving the Games Workshop contrast paints very rightly some crap, but they work fantastic as washes. Alright, I'm going to grab some gray for her hair and then come back and do the rest of the washes. Alright, so just give me a few seconds. Okay. So I think sorry, I'm just suddenly rearranging all my paints for no reason other than problems. I have to go back over that with the Kislev flush. Alright, so let's see. this gray to go on thin. And we'll kind of try and no. We're gonna have to go back over that over her face. Although I kind of worked on the hair how I wanted it to. All right. So I'm going to need to get that back out for when I go back over the face. I'm going to go over this. Cuff for whatever it might be. Then we get a wash of this is Goldman's Flash. Kind of hoping to do the opposite of the green, where instead this is coloring in what was left of the white pieces. Let's see, I think I used Night Quester for the inside den. No. Wait. No, that was Kitty and Fleshtail. Alright. What was I going after? There. Sorry, my brain suddenly went to overdrive and just started misfiring. Alright, so we got Reichland Flesh Shade. Oh, wow. Sorry, I just spilled a ton of Reichland Flesh Shade. Just give me a second, I will be right back. So I need to come back down. It's going real thick with the Reichland here, because I'm trying to get into all these small holes that the paint and then the contrast didn't go into. Oh, sorry. Okay, that's gone. Yeah, so I live in an apartment complex. I'm near the end of it where the dumpster is, and every Monday and Wednesday morning around this time, the truck comes by, and that is excessively loud. So I'm not even going to try and see if it makes it across the microphone or not. I just forgot it's there because, well, I'm usually not trying to stream around this time. Woo! All right, so I believe here all I gotta do is finish the boots. And we are good to go. Now, the hope is that this won't be quite as dark as what I did with the Bolton armor, because that I also added Drakenhof Nightshade to, and it came out this beautiful blackened armor. I also went pretty heavy with the Nuln Oil on it, so that was intentional because Iron Hand Steel is the darkest metal that I have, so you know I could. It was the only way that I could get it as dark as I wanted it to. We'll add some non-oil there. Oh no! Just notice that giant white patch on the shoulder that I somehow missed all the time. Let's see. Let's just go ahead and we're just going to use Golem and Flesh Shade to cover that up. Alright, so just gotta touch up that face and do some highlights. Let me look up a picture and see if they did her eyes. Okay, she just has dark eyes. That is not helpful. That's not helpful in the slightest. Oh well. I mean, as small as this is, I could probably just get away with doing a wash over the face and calling that a day. I want to go back over this with black. So let's go ahead and touch up. Sorry, I'm just instinctively rearranging everything over here. There we go. All right. All right, everyone. Here we go. The proud matriarch of House Mormont, Maeve Mormont. Whoop. Sorry about my hands in the way there. This is the only way I can spin for the camera. I think she came out pretty good. Yeah. Oh, I wanted to touch up the black. That's right. Before I forget that. Before I forget that. All right. Ah, screwed up that little bit. Oh well. Just a little bit of touching up, but pretty much done. There we go. All right, so going to give that a couple of seconds to dry, and then we're going to go back over with Moot Green. And Maeve Mormont is complete and touched up, and I'd like to think she's looking pretty magnificent. Yeah, so let's look at that there. Or actually, let's just go ahead and dry brush this on. That went on. Oh no. There we go. All right. And we'll try to very carefully retouch touch the lines. B, I'm done. Also B, makes more work. All right. All right. Not the most perfect paint job that ever existed, but I think for the most part I'm happy with it. Although I'm going to be nitpicky and retouch everything I'm noticing. Alright, I'm just kind of not happy with this little bit right here. Alright, there we go. Calling it done. Alright, there is Maeve Mormont, the proud matriarch of House Mormont. And I'm actually starting to get a little bit sleepy. So, point of the stream has been achieved on both goals, which is painting up a mini and helping me go to bed. So, we're going to call it a very successful night. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. I hope you all have a good time zone. And I will see y'all next time. Bye.